And we welcome you to Pride Field here on the Greensboro College Sports Network as we get set for some midweek women's lacrosse action. Greensboro College hosting Pacific University here today on this Wednesday afternoon. It is 62 degrees. It is windy, but we are excited for today's matchup. And we welcome in our friends from Pacific University all the way from Oregon. Excited for today's game. Greensboro comes into today with a 2-7 mark, coming off of a loss at Pfeiffer on Saturday. Their last home game was the Saturday prior, the 14th of March, where they won 15-3 in a conference game against Brevard. Pacific comes into today's game having lost their last matchup as well, their conference opener at Linfield University, 12-4, the final. Before that, defeating the University of Puget Sound 12-4. They come into today's game 4-3 and 0-1 in conference play. That being the Northwest Conference, Greensboro College sitting in the number 9 spot in conference play in the USA South with a 1-3 record. Again, continuing to meet the Boxers of Pacific University. Elena Willingham leading the way with 21 goals on the year. India Cartwright with 11. Erin Casey with 12. 11 for Sarah Quaid. Jasmine Zimmerman has 10. In goal, Jocelyn Taylor has made 5 starts with a 8.18 goals against average, 45% save percentage this year. Sophie Shepard has made 2 starts, a goals against average of 10, a save percentage of 34%. For Greensboro this year, 4 players in double figures in scoring, led by Sydney Patton's 14, Kira Finio with 13, 12 for Brindley Manwaring, KP Paggio with 10. In goal for Greensboro, Carly Walton, 8.80 the goals against average, 54% the save percentage. We will see her in the crease today. Leah Akers, 12.81 goals against average with a 41% save percentage. We'll see her as well during the course of today's game, I am sure. Scratches for Greensboro today. No Brindley Manwaring, no DK Thomason, and we've been told 1 or 2 others may be somewhat limited today, so we'll see how Greensboro handles that. But obviously this is a team that is no stranger to playing down a little bit on the numbers. So if there was any team that is prepared to handle that, I think it would be this team. Well, we're going to get ready for the national anthem. We'll step aside. We'll get this one underway. It's Greensboro College. It's Pacific University. And it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. And we were about ready to get this one underway here at Pride Field today. Again, Pacific University, Greensboro College on a beautiful sun-splashed Wednesday afternoon. Hello, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you. And we are ready to get this one underway. Draw control about to take place at the midfield line, and it is controlled by the Boxers going right to left. Joanna Interian getting things started for Pacific. Now a pass up top to Cartwright. Cartwright drifting to her left, now back behind goal line extended. That's Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to work on Patton. Patton playing some tight defense, pass right up front. Good job there by Marlo Coos playing good defense, and a save made by Carly Walton. A good first defensive possession for the Pride. I had a chance to talk to Coach Zalowski before the game today, and she said one of the big things Greensboro's got to work on is their clearing, and right there is a successful clear scooped up by Kinsey Helton. Good to see her back in the action after missing the majority of the season to this point with injury. Pass up ahead to Chinchilla for Greensboro. Chinchilla looking at her options, passes up top to Helton. Helton to Paggio. Again, Greensboro, 4 players in double figures this year, making the second consecutive year that they have had 4 players with 10 or more goals. There's a turnover. First time that's happened since the 2018 and 2019 seasons for the Pride. Pass over the middle. Kabuko not able to catch it cleanly, but possession stays with the Boxers. Back behind GLE now, it is Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to find a corner. Finio not giving it to her. Pass right out in front, but again, Coos with strong defense, not allowing a walk right into the goalkeeper, Walton. We'll tell you a little bit about Carly's chase on the record books as well as this game goes along. Back behind GLE again, this is Sarah Quaid. Quaid on the run, short range shot, and she'll score. Sarah Quaid picking up the goal. Which is her 12th of the year. Tie with Erin Casey for the 3rd most on the team. Goal coming with 12:37 to play in the first quarter. Mentioned Carly Walton in goal. 10th in career saves per game, and is 1 win away from joining a tie in 7th place on the all-time wins list here. Draw control taken by Interian for the Boxers. This one up ahead now to Zimmerman. Zimmerman, a shot goes high and out of bounds. Pass up ahead, intercepted, close range, and a shot and a score. Hannah Williams. 2-0 Pacific now. We were just talking about it a few minutes ago, how important it is for Greensboro to clear on the defensive side. They did it successfully the first time, not so much that time. For Williams, that is her 2nd goal of the year. Just her 4th shot of the season. And Pacific takes a 2-0 lead. That one coming about 25 seconds or so after their first goal. Pacific has claimed both of the first 2 draw controls. This time, same result taken by Cartwright. Cartwright spin move. And a pass to the left. This is Williams. Williams goes back behind GLE now. That's Zimmerman. Zimmerman pass up top. Cartwright slings it far side, and right now, Boxers content to just pass around the perimeter of the 12. Now on the run to the right, this is Quaid. Quaid shot and a score. Sarah Quaid making her presence felt early, 2 early goals. 11:32 to play, and it's already 3-0 in favor of the Boxers. Pacific will continue their North Carolina swing in a couple of days, taking on Warren Wilson in Asheville on Friday before returning home and resuming conference action against Whitworth University on April the 3rd. Fourth draw control taken by Pacific. Here's Cartwright. She's charging in, passes to the far side to Zimmerman, and another score. Jasmine Zimmerman, the junior from Billings, Montana, will score her 11th of the year. And it's 4-0 now with 11:20 to go first quarter. Four draw controls all have gone the way of Pacific. Now make it 5 for 5. Cartwright working through a double team, passing it back to Interion. Joanna Interion working in towards the 12, sends it back now to Aaron Casey. Passed across to Quaid. Now to Cartwright, slings it, looking for a cut there from Kabuko. Pass a little bit too strong, but she runs it down. Possession stays with Pacific. Good double team there. Elena Willingham not able to get around Coos and Angel. Now Kabuko gets around. Right-hand side, fires. And a save made by Walton. Walton looking to clear, looking ahead to Finio. Kara Finio crossing the midfield line, has it knocked away, but scoops it back up on the run. Kara Finio is running out of options as she needs help. That pass to Chinchilla does not find the mark, and it's taken away by Casey. Casey's long pass to the midfield line. And a series of passes down the field. Long feed down for Zimmerman. Zimmerman not able to come up with the catch on the receiving end of that pass. Patton scoops it up, sends it to Walton, who looks to clear again. Walton to Patton. Under 10 minutes to go first quarter. Patton is hit. Turnover. A one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Shot and a score for Jasmine Zimmerman. Zimmerman's second of the game. Makes it 5-0 here with 9:34 to go. Another draw control for McQuinn and Interion. This time taken by Greensboro. Paggio will pass over to Coos. First draw control won by the Pride. Coos passes this one to Akers. Akers working her way back behind GLE. Slings this one over the middle. Coos on the other end can't come up with the catch on a bounce. And it's another Greensboro turnover. This is Williams. A whistle and that one went out of bounds, so Greensboro with possession. And another pass intercepted. On the run are the Boxers. This is Casey. Greensboro's just not been able to spend much time in the offensive zone so far. Turnovers in the passing game when they have been. Pacific just passing around the perimeter right now. Content to feel out this Greensboro defense. .50 seconds remain on the shot clock on this possession. 8 minutes to go, first quarter. And now Pacific starting to make a little bit of a move. Pass up top. Now inside the 8 to Casey. Casey looking for a little separation. Passes this one out. Now right back in. Shot in the score. Good job in and out passing there for Pacific. The goal was scored by, I believe that was Willingham. It is 6-0 now. Lena Willingham with her third goal of the game. And a stoppage for a timeout with 7:41 to go. Pacific leading 6-0 in the first quarter on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
.741 to go first quarter. Greensboro has yet to get a shot. On the offensive side, they've been outshot 9-0. 8 of the 9 shots for Pacific have been on goal. And this draw control is taken there by Quaid, boxing out KP Paggio. Underhand toss up ahead to Willingham. Willingham already a first quarter hat trick. For the sophomore from Henderson, Nevada. Nice pass through the crease, looking for a cut, finding it, and a score. I think that was Cameron Kabuko. It is 7-0 now. And it is Kabuko's 7th of the year. Lena Willingham, we should mention, 24 goals now to lead Pacific this season. Their record for goals in a season is 65 by Amy Mayhew, set back in 2015. Record for goals in a game is 10. That was set 5 different times, most recently back in 2024. Excellent work at the midfield line for Interior, winning yet another draw control. Back behind goal line extended is Williams to Willingham. Passing around the perimeter, this is Casey. 6:40 to go first quarter. And we are where we have been most of today, and that is the attacking into the field for Pacific, defensive side of things for Greensboro. Kabuko looking for a little separation. Patton is taking away the shooting lane. There's a pass looking for a cut. Couldn't find her target, but Hannah Williams was there to scoop it up anyways. Save the possession for Pacific. Collision off to the far side of the net. And the loose ball scooped up by Carly Walton. So Greensboro forcing a turnover and having a hard time trying to clear. Pass intended for Paggio. Lost it, trying to scoop it up now. Paggio to McQuinn. Bethany McQuinn taking this all the way into the attacking zone. And she will end up going back behind goal line extended. Chinchilla to Akers. Greensboro still trying to figure out this zone defense. Akers going to the far side, passing out to Kinsey Helton. Helton up top to Paggio. Paggio to Finio. They'd love to get her going. There's a pass into Helton. Helton couldn't catch it cleanly. Scooping it up around the 8, and it's going to be another Greensboro turnover. There's a whistle. And common infraction on Greensboro. It'll be Pacific possession. .4:30 to go first quarter. I don't know if we ever actually mentioned Taylor is in net today. Jocelyn Taylor, the sophomore for Pacific. We introduced all the goalkeepers before the game, but then didn't mention who was actually starting. Kabuko back behind the crease. Playing catch now with Willingham. Back out to Clace now. To the far side, that's Casey. Already seems like the Boxers content to run a good bit of time off of the shot clock. Good stop there by Walton. Now Marlo Coos being dogged as she's trying to clear. Coos slings it to Finio, back out to Walton. Walton had a couple options deeper down the field. Instead, dumps it off short to Finio. Finio wanting to launch, but instead pushing this up ahead to Helton. Helton couldn't catch it cleanly. Coos is going to run it down. Greensboro still looking for their first shot in the final 3 minutes of the first quarter. Down 7. Goose using a little bit of a pick there from Finio. Passing into the middle to McQuinn. And Paggio going to scoop up that ground ball. 30 seconds left on the shot clock here on this possession. McQuinn has it taken away. Looking downfield. For a moment there was Cartwright, but instead opting to go for the short pass. And Pacific getting everybody into position offensively with under 2 minutes to go first quarter. As we've seen them do a lot here, passing around the perimeter right now. Up top to Quaid now calling the shots. Quaid wanting a cut from a teammate, doesn't use it, tries to dump this one off to Kabuko. And it's going to be a free position shot coming here for Kabuko. She's already got 1 goal today. Kabuko shot goes low on Walton and scores. 8-0 now. Cameron Kabuko, the junior from Eugene, Oregon, her second of the game. She's got 8 on the season. Again, Pacific 4-3 on the year. Rest of their conference including Linfield, George Fox, Lewis and Clark, Puget Sound, Whitman, Whitworth, Willamette, and Pacific Lutheran. And the Boxers coming off a 2025 campaign that saw them go 2-6 in conference, 4-12 overall. Head coach Brittany Hartman certainly appears to have them going in the right direction. In her 11th season overall, 8th season at Pacific. Final 40 seconds of the opening frame. See if the Boxers get one more. Right now, again, just passing around the perimeter. They're outside the 12. 23 seconds in the first quarter. Angel applying a little bit of pressure defensively. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Williams sends this one out. They're not going to get a shot off. And that will do it for the first quarter. 8-0 your score, 15 minutes in the books. Pacific dominating the opening frame. We'll step aside second quarter when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Start of the second quarter, Greensboro trailing 8-0 with 15 minutes in the books. Shots go 12-0 in favor of the Boxers, including 10-0 shots on goal. Ground ball 7-5 to Pacific as we start the second quarter of play. Draw controls 8-1 to Pacific. Greensboro's committed 7 turnovers, 3 for Pacific. Caused turnovers 4-1 in favor of the Boxers. Another turnover for Greensboro on the far sideline. Checking what else is going on with Greensboro College Athletics. Baseball is on the road at number 2 Lynchburg today, and it is, oh boy, 13-0 in the second. Lynchburg, 13 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Greensboro was on their third pitcher of the frame. All right, well, back here at Pride Field. Williams running up ahead. Right-hand side. Goes back behind GLE. Pass looking for Kabuko. Kabuko was not looking for it. Caught her off guard. She ducked to get out of the way. Here comes Kinsey Helton the other way for Greensboro. Not a whole lot of help up there. Helton and Chinchilla. And here come the rest of the reinforcements now. Pass over the middle. Was looking for Finio. Angel was back behind. She cleans up the errant pass now to Akers. And a turnover again in the attacking zone. Greensboro's really not had any chances. Maybe saved one to set up their offense. Committing too many turnovers and bad spots in the field, both on offense and defense. Or on the attacking side and the defending side, we should say. Again, another day for Greensboro where they are having to play a little bit low on numbers. We'll see if they can muster a little bit of something here in the middle stages. Right now, a lot of standing about both teams where the Boxers just eating up a lot of clock right now, going deep into the shot clock before really trying to make some sort of inroads on the goal. Pass back behind to Quaid. Right over the middle shot, and that one looked like it scored. Something moved the net, but I think it was a stick on the back end. Shot is no good. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Williams trying to find a shot. There's a pass, and the pass just goes in to Greensboro. The turnovers, the shot clock hits 0. Kinsey Helton with it the other way for the Pride. And that's another story too. Obviously Greensboro down numbers. Helton just playing in her second game since returning from injury. So what does her stamina look like? Pass to Coos. Misfired. But Patton scoops up the ball. Patton to Finio. Finio can't catch it cleanly. Goes back and scoops up the ball. 10:40 to go. 10:45 to go in the first half. Paggio passed, intended for Finio, was behind her. Coos scoops it up. Coos being bothered there by, I believe, Alejo Campos. Slings this one over the middle, looking for Patton. Another turnover, a pass too strong. And here comes Cartwright 8 goals for Pacific in the first quarter. They have not scored in the first 5 minutes of quarter number 2. And another turnover here. Greensboro's going to get it going the other way. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half. A little more spirited defense here for the Pride, holding Pacific to just 1 shot in the second quarter. Yes, part of that is the Boxers slowing things down on offense, but at least for the moment, right now, Greensboro defensively is taking advantage of Pacific slowing their offense down. And the gap has stayed at 8. Last goal for Pacific came with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the first quarter. There's a quick range shot right just to the goalkeeper's right of the goal. Shot was no good. That was Willingham. And Greensboro again will fail to clear. Inadvertent whistle there. One of the officials thinking the ball went out of bounds, looking at the wrong line painted on the field. So after the inadvertent whistle, we continue on. Greensboro has committed 13 turnovers in about 18 minutes of play. 65 seconds on the shot clock, 7:58 on the first half clock. Greensboro has been in their attacking offensive zone probably no more than about 2 minutes of today's game. Shot no good. I think that might have been Interian there going right to left. Didn't come away with it. Fancy footwork from Casey. Casey, she'll shoot and score. Erin Casey with her first of the game, 9-0 now. And for Casey, that is her 13th of the season. Timeout taken with 7:15 to go. We'll step aside on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
Coming out of the timeout, 7:15 remaining in the first half. It is 9-0 in favor of Pacific. Greensboro with it following the timeout. Here comes KP Paggio, right-hand side, trying to make some inroads. Paggio getting around her defender. Tough angled shot, or a tough angled pass, rather, had it poked away. Patton had it, then had it poked away as well. Possession still being fought for, and Chinchilla comes away with it now. Neither team really able to corral that bounding ball, but Greensboro with it. McQuinn going back behind GLE. Looking for an open teammate. It's going to be Kinsey Helton. Helton sliding to the left, now passing right back to Patton. Patton to Paggio looking for a cut, and instead it's a errant pass thrown out of bounds. Tried to go back out in front and then back to Paggio. McQuinn with it. And Helton trying to scoop up the ground ball. She does. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Chinchilla with it. Greensboro's got to get something on net quickly. 7 seconds left. Loose out in front. Around the 8. That's scooped up. Going the other way. Alejo Campos. Long pass intended for Zimmerman. It's going to be taken by Coos, though. Teams exchanging turnovers. Coos has it knocked away from her possession. .502 to go. And this will be the first card we've seen today on Elena Willingham. Illegal use of the stick first card that we have seen. Pretty clean so far today. Up ahead to Helton. If Greensboro can take advantage of the man up. Patton thought she had it in her stick, but shot nothing because the ball fell out. It's unfortunate for Sydney Patton because she was in a great position. Now running ahead the other way, Sarah Quaid. One defender to beat before you get to the goalkeeper, and Quaid pulls out of that drive. Slings it across. Had a teammate open that was Casey. Casey's not able to catch it cleanly. And Tyrion. Spin move there by Cartwright. 38 left on the shot clock. Toss to Willingham, who's just checked back in the game. Willingham back to Cartwright now. Under 30 seconds on the shot clock. 3:40 to go in the first half. Pass right out in front of the net. Not caught cleanly by Quaid. But now Quaid tries to go to Willingham, tries to catch and shoot all in one motion, goes wide, goes out of bounds. And with 7 seconds left on the shot clock, they're going to need something quickly, is Pacific. There's a whistle. Kind of a bull in a china shop charge there by, I think, Cartwright. And a whistle goes against Greensboro, and it's going to be a free position shot here for Cartwright. Cartwright winds up. There's a shot and a save by Walton. Walton tries to clear up ahead to Patton. Patton's pass to Akers off of the stick of Akers. Turned over. Quaid passes up ahead to Willingham. Willingham jogging to the right around the 12. Back behind GLE, and again, Pacific to slow things down. Turnover on that errant pass out of bounds. Greensboro with possession. 2:10 to go first half. Angel and Casey doing battle on the far sideline. Out of bounds. Casey will begin the possession for the Boxers. They can take it down. Pacific can to about 20 seconds left in the first half. A little over a minute and a half now. And Tyrion shot and a score. That is the 10th goal of the first half. Joanna and Tyrion with her first of the game. And that is her first of the season. The sophomore with her first goal of 2026. And in fact, looking at her career numbers, that is her first career goal. So congratulations on her first career score. Coming here late in the second quarter to make it a 10-0 game. 30 seconds left in the first half. Greensboro controls the draw. Just the 5th time today. Chinchilla trying to get around Sophie Shepard. 16 seconds left in the first half. Paggio looking over the middle, looking for a cutting Patton. Instead, finds Aaron Casey. Willingham up ahead, 5 seconds left. Willingham winds up, shoots, and saved by Walton. And that takes us to halftime. 10-0 your score in favor of Pacific. With 30 minutes in the books, we step aside, and we'll be right back here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Getting set here for faculty and staff appreciation. Presentation going on here at halftime. 10-0 your score in favor of Pacific. Looking at some of the first half numbers, shots go 20-1. Greensboro's lone shot by Kinsey Helton. Shots on goal 14-0. Leads to a 10-0 lead for Pacific. Ground balls go 19-13. And draw controls 8-4. Pacific has been successful on 7 of 10 clears. Greensboro 6 out of 9. Pride have committed 18 turnovers to just 9 by the Boxers. Leading goal scorers today, Kabuko with 2, Zimmerman with 2, Quaid with 2. So they've changed a couple around. Williams and Interion with 1, Casey with 1, Willingham with 1. Thought Willingham had a couple earlier, so I think those have been changed. 3 assists for Cartwright, 1 for Willingham. Taylor has not been challenged in goal. Walton has made 6 saves, has allowed 10 goals. Elsewhere in the USA South, North Carolina Wesleyan and Meredith square off in about 15 minutes or so. Conference standings in the USA South look like this. Piedmont leads it at 5-0. Then you've got Methodist at 4-0, Meredith 2-0. Southern Virginia 3-2, Pfeiffer's 2-2. Wesleyan, Brevard, Huntington, and Greensboro all 1-3 in conference. And William Peace is 0-4. And at this time, they are recognizing the faculty and staff here for Appreciation Day. So we will step aside, and actually we're going to send it to PA announcer Stephen Weidenhouse.
Lacrosse team would like to thank these faculty and staff members for the commitment, dedication, enthusiasm, and passion as they bring to work with the students of Greensboro College. We would like to especially honor all the staff and faculty that have directly impacted our lacrosse student athletes, which include Dr. Parker, Dr. Yang, Florence Childry, Dr. Palmadetta, Ms. Jerry, Mr. Rashida, Dr. Knox, Dr. Booker, Dr. Carter, Dr. Gold, Chris Brady, and Andrea Humble. Thank you for everything you do to support our student athletes. Our players would now like to provide you with a small section of their appreciation. One more round of applause for our faculty and
About 35 seconds or so until the start of the second half. 10-0 your score in favor of Pacific. While we got a minute, here's a look at what's coming up on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Baseball hosting William Peace for a 3-game weekend series, 5 o'clock on Friday, rather, the first pitch of game number 1. And then on Saturday, women's lacrosse at home against Piedmont at 11. Men's lacrosse at home against Huntington at 1:30. Softball, a doubleheader against North Carolina Wesleyan. First pitch of game 1 is at 1. And then baseball against William Peace again at 5. All of those on Saturday will be on the Greensboro College Sports Network. And then on Sunday, baseball will finish that series against the Pacers at 2. Softball will have a doubleheader against Methodist, also at home. So a rare conference weekend where you have doubleheaders on back-to-back days. But again, we'll have all that for you on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Greensboro starts the second half with possession. Bethany McQuinn looking for a cut, instead passing back behind to Walton. Carly Walton is back on the attacking end now for Greensboro. In goal, Aaliyah Akers. And we'll see if Akers gets challenged here. Nice pass to the far side. Quick shot. And a save made by Akers, shot by Zimmerman. Zimmerman looked kind of stuck between wanting to take that shot and wanting to wait for help to slow things down on offense. Angel trying to clear things on the defensive side, loses the ball right as she was about 2 or 3 yards away from the end of the defensive zone. Coos with it now. She tries to clear, looking for Walton. Almost a turnover right in front of the net. Walton passes up ahead to Paggio, off of Paggio's stick. KP trying to run it down, scoops it up. It's a good ground ball for KP, one of the things that Greensboro is actually really good at. Ranks 25th in the nation in ground balls per game at 24. Spin move there for Paggio, back behind GLE, looking for some help. Now stuck in a double team. Paggio looking, finally finds Patton. Patton slings this out to Finio. Now Finio having to deal with a double team. Passes to Helton. Helton gets laid out in front of the crease. We play on. Williams with possession. Now stoppage as Kinsey Helton absolutely is crunched out in front of the attacking goal. And timeout will be called as they're going to go take a look at that. So we'll step aside and hope Kinsey is all right here with 12:49 to go in the third quarter. So they continue to look at Kinsey Helton on the sideline. She was able to go off, walk off under her own power. Good to see, and we hope to see her back out on the field quickly, whether that be today or the next game. But hopefully whatever the situation is there is relatively minor, all things considered. Shot out in front, blocked by Akers. Good job by Aaliyah Akers in goal, stopping both shots that she has seen so far. And Greensboro again goes on the attack, but now undermanned again. Trying to count here the number out on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Greensboro is playing down 1. Gave up 8 goals in the first quarter, did the Pride, just 2 in the second. Shots dwindled down from 12 in the first quarter to 8 in the second quarter. And a score for Pacific, kind of a little bit of a subdued celebration. I don't think they were sure at first whether or not they scored, and there was a very delayed call from the official. But it is Jasmine Zimmerman scoring her third of the game to make it 11-0 with 10:40 to go. No question the ball found the back of the net, but I think the conversation was whether or not she was in the crease at the time of the shot, and apparently the decision was no. And a scrum for the draw control, and scooped up there nicely by Quaid. Nice pass to Casey. Erin Casey today just 1 goal, but she's made some nifty moves, especially working her way in on the crease. That goes out of bounds. And we're going to see a card here on Chinchilla. So Genesis Chinchilla will have 30 seconds here. Actually, could be 1 minute penalty. So now Greensboro playing down 2. Clay sends this one out. Back up top. That's Quaid. Hear the wind in the microphone right now. Wind about 10 miles an hour or so. Free position shot coming here for Casey. Casey, stutter step. There's a shot, there's a score. Greensboro got in her face initially, so she put on the brakes, slid to the right, and buries it. That's Erin Casey's second goal of the game, and it's 12-0 Pacific. Shots 24-1 in favor of the Boxers. 14 goals on the year for Casey. Another whistle here, a turnover on Greensboro. Casey with possession, under 8 minutes to go, third quarter. After Greensboro, there's a shot and a score. Just about to open up another topic of conversation, but first a goal, the 13th of the game. Lena Willingham scores man up, her second of the game. Her 23rd of the year. But after Greensboro scored 15 goals against Brevard, I've struggled in the 2 games since, 4 against Pfeiffer on Saturday, and still trying to get in the score column here today. And draw control to, well, Casey had it and was knocked out of bounds by Patton, but it will stay with the Boxers. And Tyrion trying to work on Finio, passes this one over to Clace. Over to the far side now, or to the near side rather. That's Casey. And again, passing around the perimeter, 6:10 to go. You're playing down as much as they have. There's a shot trying to go behind the head. No good. Save made, or at least Akers scooping that one up in front of her. Akers now with 3 saves. Bethany McQuinn trying to clear. Trying to look out there. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, there's Kenzie Helton down on the sideline still. May not see her again today. So, again, an already stretched thin Greensboro team is going to be asked to do even more. As Finio is taken down, there's a whistle. Greensboro will pick up possession here with 5 minutes to go. Again, already a thin roster. And a team that at this point, players used to playing the majority of the game or even playing down one. There's a pass to Walton. Nice cut, and Walton scores. Carly Walton will connect on the goal. That is Walton's second goal of the year, as Greensboro is going to burn a timeout here. But second goal of the year for Walton, and the second of her career. 13-1 your score, 4:15 to go on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Following the timeout, 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Greensboro trailing 13-1 on the board, thanks to Carly Walton's goal, the second of the season for Walton. And now the Boxers trying to get it right back. There's a whistle as Lentarian ran into Patton. Greensboro with it. Now it's Chinchilla. Genesis showing a little bit of speed, going through a couple of defenders, racing all the way almost down to the 12. Now turns around, spins again. Just trying to get a little bit of separation. And now she is bothered there by Alejo Campos. That goes out of bounds. .3:29 to play. So it's a 1-minute green card to Alejo Campos. So now, instead of really playing man up, it's pretty much even with the injury to Helton. So Greensboro gets to play even strength for a minute. Patton working back behind GLE, looking for a cutting angel, couldn't find her. There's a whistle as Coos was going to scoop it up. Free position shot here. Looks like it's going to be Patton. Sydney Patton looking to cut into this deficit again. Here's the whistle. Patton shoots. It goes wide. Came off her stick, kind of. Looked kind of odd there coming out of the stick. Just like maybe she held on to it just a bit too long. Pulled the string on it. Leo Campos taking off now, coming in from her penalty, and now she's hacked on her way in on that drive. There's going to be a green card shown here to KP Paggio. No, it's a yellow for Paggio. So Paggio, 2 minutes with 2:07 to go. Leo Campos, a free position shot. And that shot sails high. Angel tried to scoop it up before it went out of bounds, didn't. But she'll pick it up anyways, and here comes Greensboro now with under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. 13-1 the score. There's a turnover back behind the crease. Another failed clear for the Pride. Spencer Piesel with it. Good pass, short range, and Akers makes a stop. Aaliyah Akers has been tested from close range on a couple of different occasions today. She's given up 3 goals, but she has made 4 stops. Akers looking for a passing lane. That's intercepted right in front. She's got to hustle back. Williams, a shot and a score. Hannah Williams intercepting Akers' clearing pass and puts it in for a score. 14-1. with about 35 seconds left. No, now they're going to disallow the goal. He says no goal. And Williams coming off for a new stick, so they take the goal off of the board. So 21 seconds remaining. And Akers will send it up top. I thought we were about ready to start again. Now we're moving to the offensive end. It's going to be Greensboro's possession just shy of the midfield line. Pacific contesting that stick is legal, but they'll recheck it at the end of the quarter. Greensboro with it, 20 seconds left in the third. Couple seconds left on the Paggio penalty. 10 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Patton looking for a cutting Coos. Tipped out in front and scooped up by Finio. Finio trying to get out of traffic to get a shot off in time. Cannot. There's a whistle. And I think they're going to add a little bit of time on the third quarter clock, as there was a whistle, and a split second later. No, they're going to move on. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, it is 13-1 in favor of Pacific. They'll clean up a couple of things here in terms of that whistle and the stick. We'll see what the ruling is on that. We'll find that out here in a minute. But the fourth quarter, when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. So interesting, they checked that stick again at the end of the quarter, and it did check out to be legal. Unfortunately for Hannah Williams, they don't put the goal back up. So just kind of a tough luck situation. Good news for Greensboro, Kenzie Helton back out on the field. So Kenzie missed some time with an injury. Good to see her back out on Pride Field, though, for the green and white. There's a, looks like a cross check there. It's going to be Chinchilla coming off with a green. Legal use of the stick for a minute. That coming at just, 16 seconds into the fourth quarter. So Greensboro back down a player, 13-1 the score. Pacific outscored the Pride 3-1 in the third quarter. Paggio pushing Quaid out of bounds. And there'll be a cross check for Paggio. So she joins Chinchilla in the penalty area. Greensboro is now down 2. Chinchilla's got, 34 seconds left in her penalty. While Greensboro is down 2, there's a pass right over the middle to Piesel. Couldn't come away with it cleanly, and Angel does come away with it. Up ahead to Finio. Finio had it, lost it, and taken back by Pacific again. Coos trying to box out her defender, comes away with it. Back behind GLE, needs help. Greensboro's got to clear. Akers surveying the scene. Again, women's lacrosse, a home game against Huntington coming back on Saturday. And although obviously not a good taste in their mouths left after today, you got to reset and get ready again for conference play. Greensboro currently sitting 9th. There's a shot and a save. Top 8 teams will make the postseason. So, got to get right back on the horse on Saturday. McQuinn, long run all the way down the near boundary. That goes out of bounds. Back behind the net. .30 to go. Taylor looking to clear. Pass to the near side to Challender. And now to Quaid. Quaid short range pass up ahead. She connects with Cartwright. Leo Campos works around a double team in the crease. There's a shot and blocked there by Akers. Again, Aaliyah Akers tested from close range. And now we'll pick up that one on a hop. She's got a wide open Paggio, didn't see her, and now Paggio's lane is closed up. Just a little bit of field awareness that'll come with experience for Akers. It was a great save. But didn't see the wide open outlet pass for Paggio. 11 minutes and 10 seconds remain in the fourth quarter of a 13-1 game. Again, contact and laid out there is a Pacific player. Can't see the number. Carly Walton standing in front of her. Pass to Willingham. Willingham dancing in and out of traffic. Leading goal scorer today is Zimmerman with 3. Leading assister Cartwright with 3. Leader in points, 3 each for Zimmerman, Cartwright, and Willingham. Paggio looking for Walton. No, KP's going to turn on the Jets. One to beat before the goalkeeper. Paggio goes to the right, looks for an angle. KP Paggio fires. There's a save by Taylor. Almost a bit of a breakaway there for KP Paggio. It almost paid dividends. Cleared now for Pacific. Piesel, and now up ahead to Elena Campos. Campos turns around Chinchilla, works her way in towards the 8. Ball dislodged by Bethany McQuinn, fighting for it back behind GLE towards the boundary. And it will stay with the Boxers. There's a whistle. Timeout taken by Pacific. 9:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Boxers lead it 13-1 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. .934 to go in the fourth quarter. Greensboro down 13-1 following that timeout. Leo Campos shot and a score. Tried to go far post. Akers, I think, got a piece of it at first. But Leo Campos will score. And that is her first goal. Mariano Aleo Campos, her first of the year, the sophomore. It is 14-1. We're under 9 minutes to go. So draw control coming here. Control today, 12 for Pacific, 6 for Greensboro. Finio swatting at that one, but Cartwright comes away with it. Cartwright runs into Marlo Coos. Loose ball, Cartwright scoops it up now. She's very busy on the offensive end. That one's sent up ahead to Casey. Casey splitting a couple of defenders, now pulls out of that charge. Who's still bothering her. Marlowe's played some very good defense this year. Very aggressive defense, but normally very clean defense. Very scrappy defender for the Pride. There's another shot and a save there by Akers. That was Aleo Campos again. Scrum for it around the 8. I'm not sure who to call as far as having it goes. I don't think anybody really does yet. One player will have it for a moment, and then it'll be on the other side. Now Casey comes away with it. And now Piesel trying to find a little bit of an advantage off of Koosh. She'll pass it back behind GLE. There's a shot that goes wide of the net. It was Behringer on that shot attempt. 7 minutes to go. And now a whistle. And confusion. So Williams is going to scoop it up. And so I think that's all they're going to say. No, now they're going to stop the clock. There was a lot of standing around and not a whole lot of explanation. Now they're resetting the shot clock to 60, 6:43 on the game clock. And now we're ready to go again. I was waiting for some sort of signal from the officials, and it never came. That pass went wide of the target. Behringer now has it. She's dealing with Angel. Angel playing tough defense, fighting for it just off of the sideline. Now she's got it, slings this one over the middle to McQuinn. And raked aside by Willingham. Quick pass, there's a shot and a save made by Akers. That all started with the McQuinn turnover. Willingham passed it up ahead to Piesel, almost scored, but Akers with the stop. Akers to Angel. And again, a clearing pass almost intercepted. Patton comes away with it. And Patton has it knocked away, a turnover. Williams. 5:30 to go. Let's see if they're continuing to push the issue. Willingham started to charge, now backs out to Quaid, to Casey, back behind GLE now. 60 seconds on the shot clock will take it down to almost 4 minutes of game time if they were to run it all the way down. Quaid passes back up top. Looking for a cut right in front of the net to Williams. Williams now to Piesel. Piesel's trying to just go over the top of the Greensboro defenders. Now right back to Piesel. Goes low on Akers. Akers with the shot, or with the save. Rebound to Casey, and Casey scores. Piesel's shot was saved by Akers, but the carom went right to Casey, who was standing on the other side of the crease. Right place, right time, Aaron Casey, and it's 15-1. Casey's third of the game. 4 minutes remain. Again, Greensboro returns to conference action here at Pride Field on Saturday. But our next broadcast will be Friday night baseball, beginning a 3-game set against William Peace. First pitch at 5 o'clock from the TED. At one point, I know they were talking about weather perhaps being a bit of a concern on Friday, but at least what I am seeing, that is dissipating rapidly now. Just a 10% chance of rain on Friday. It'll be hot Friday, mid-80s, but then the next day it'll be in the mid-50s. So 30-degree swing between first pitch Friday and first pitch Saturday. Quaid passing this one to Willingham. I don't know if Willingham was the intended target, but she's the one that ended up with it. Casey whips this one to Behringer. There's a shot. It goes wide. .250 to go. Piesel to Behringer. Behringer's shot. No, I think it was a pass back to Piesel. Either way, it ends up in the stick of Akers. Akers looking for Angel, misfired. But Paggio's going to scoop up the ground ball. KP up ahead to Helton. Helton scoops it up, puts on the brakes, has it knocked away by Klaes. And here comes Piesel, taken away by Greensboro. 2 minutes to play. Greensboro has been outshot. What is it now? 35-5. Chinchilla to Helton. Helton looking for Walton. Walton crossing. Ball dislodged from the basket of Helton. Fenyo had it for a moment, but Willingham comes away with possession. Looking to go down there with Piesel again. They don't have to score more, but they got a couple of players on their on the field right now that still looking for their first goal of the year, Piesel being one of them. Behringer is another. See if they get another opportunity. About a 1 second differential, shot clock to game clock. Just going around the perimeter now are the Boxers. Game well in hand, 15-1. Behringer had a ground ball and lost it again on the second scoop. Fenyo with it, spin move. Passes this one up ahead, looking for Chinchilla well over her head. And Chinchilla gets tripped up. Both Fenyo and Chinchilla end up on the ground. Sophie Shepard with possession, now to Casey, now to Behringer. Behringer's pass to Quaid. And that pass out of bounds. And that will do it. Final score 15-1. As Pacific with a win on their North Carolina trip. They'll take on Warren Wilson on Friday. They improved to 5-3 this year. Greensboro will drop to 2-8. Again, an 8-goal lead for Pacific at the end of the first quarter. At halftime was 10-0. They outscored Greensboro 5-1 in the second half, 3-1 in the third quarter, 2-0 in the fourth quarter. Leading goal scorers today, Casey and Zimmerman with 3, 2 for Willingham, 2 for Quaid, 2 for Kabuko, 1 for Williams, Interion, Alejo Campos, all had 1. 3 assists for Cartwright, 1 for Class 1 for Willingham. In goal today, Taylor made 2 saves, allowed 1 goal. For Greensboro, 1 goal for Carly Walton, an assist from Patton today. Walton made 6 saves, allowed 10 goals. In the first half, Aaliyah Akers 5-5 in half number 2. Shots go 35-5, 23-3 on goal today. 5 assists for Pacific, 1 for Greensboro. Ground balls 34-31 in favor of Pacific. Clears Pacific is 14 of 18. Greensboro just 12 of 23, continuing to be a problem that plagues the Pride this season. Draw controls 14-6 to Pacific. Calls turnovers 17-6 for the Boxers. Turnovers, Greensboro commits 34 and Pacific commits 21. Again, what's coming up on the Greensboro College Sports Network? Baseball taking on William Peace on Friday. First pitch at 5 o'clock. Our pregame show beginning a little bit before that. Women's lacrosse back in action. Conference play on Saturday as they will take on, let me get the right Saturday pulled up on my calendar. They'll take on Piedmont at 11 a.m. Men's lacrosse will take on Huntington at 1:30. Jay Sean Ayala will be on the call for those. I will be at softball as they take on North Carolina Wesleyan for a conference doubleheader. First pitch at 1 o'clock. And Stephen Weidenhouse will be on the call for baseball, taking on William Peace at 5 o'clock that night. I will get there when I can, but Stephen will get you started there for Game 2 of that series. Then on Saturday, Vance Ballard returns on the call for softball as they're taking on Methodist, another conference doubleheader. I'll be back at the TED for baseball against William Peace on Saturday afternoon. So a busy weekend on the Greensboro College Sports Network. We'll have it all for you all weekend long, and we'll get you updated on what other games are going on in addition to whichever one you may be watching at the time. But that'll wrap everything up for us again today. Again, for Greensboro College women's lacrosse, turnovers continue to be a bit of an issue as some offensive opportunities go awry, and Pacific wins it. Final score 15-1. A big thank you to all of our game day staff. A thank you to our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Weidenhouse. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College Women's Lacrosse on the Greensboro College Sports Network.